Homo sapiens are a magnificent creature. Our overall intelligence put together has led to what we're talking about as artificial intelligence right now, right? Today, okay, let me see how this works once. Okay. Now, what you see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, and a very good evening to you. Pleasure to be within you over here. It's raining a little bit in Bangalore, always pleasant. Not talking about the traffic. Numero uno, number one. Sapiens have a habit by default to be number one. And sapiens are the ones who have combed organization. So an organization, their strategy, their sales, their business always wants to compete for numero uno or number one. So why have I mentioned a zero over here on the slides that you guys see? Well, zero has a story, and a very significant story. We're talking about strategies. Strategies have been far ahead or far behind war strategies, game strategies, now corporate strategies, all focus actually on number zero. Think about it in this way. What if we scale a product and it has a zero scalability? What if we deploy something and it has zero ROI? Thought about it? The zeros are behind the number one. To reach number one, what if your sales report or your stats report or your board meetings actually come and say, hey, you know what? We have zero defect. Makes me reach number one. We have zero manual workflows. Makes me reach number one or numero uno. There are so many zeros behind the story, both on the gray side of it as well as the colorful side of it, which combs every strategy that every organization and every individual sitting over here should go ahead and focus on. Well, if you ask me, I would have actually talked us through this, but then I'm supposed to be presenting a few slides over here. Agentic AI. Humans or Homo sapiens, as I say, we love waves. Wave one, as it's mentioned. Yeah, we went through, generative AI, creating content, looking at how things work, etc., etc. You had GPTs, Gemini, all coming through. And in my experience, we have sailed that. And we have moved ahead into integrating these LLMs into the RAGs and all the APIs putting together. Now, how has wave one impacted us? It has actually impacted us at an individual level. I would say every person or every employee in an organization has got impacted in some way or the other, depending on the deployment cycle, how each of our organization is placed today. How has the second wave impacted us? The second wave has gone ahead and impacted a siloed department, I would say. Probably a small team, a group of people, an individual here, along with another team, has gone ahead and developed something, and we have moved ahead. So it is still restricted in some manner. It is still siloed in some manner. What are we moving towards? In some bits and form, in some shape, we are moving to wave three. Now, I wouldn't question any of you where you and your organizations are. I mean, we have our own story to comb. But eventually, the entire world is moving towards wave three. And hence, it's very important for us to go ahead and keep those decisions in mind, which impacts how the implementation of wave three happens. So wave three, basically, would talk about enterprise-wise. The entire infrastructure, the entire ecosystem coming together unisonly and working forward as a single goal to benefit the organization in some shape and manner. And here we are. It is agentic AI. So what do we as individuals or representing organizations in our positions actually look for? We look for something which is autonomous in nature. It should be able to take its own decision, work on its own. Very nice, no? I go home and everything works at tandem to ensure that I'm comfortable and finally go to sleep, wake up, etc., etc. Translate the same thing in an organization. That's what we want today. Goal-oriented, of course, every organization, every enterprise has their own goals, every businesses have their own goals. Are these agents, or what we are orchestrating over here, is working towards that goal? If yes, can it, again, link and work together? And of course, multimodal, well, we all know it has to talk to different data sources. Is it talking today is a question that we all need to introspect and ask ourselves and move ahead. A few other things, but then I won't spend more time over here, but I'll show you a very busy slide. And let's not get overwhelmed. It's just a slide. This is not a product. This is a blueprint, I would say. and every one of us in our respective organizations have gone ahead and made a blueprint like this or are dwelling on a blueprint like this. But the future, what does it hold for us? I would say the strategy should say that a blueprint like this, whatever it runs, should actually go ahead and make it or make the ecosystem in a manner which would actually mimic and then help the human progress. Now, in our organizations, it should mimic our processes. It should mimic what every individual is doing, whether it is coding, whether it is finance, whether it is supply chain, and slowly and steadily evolve to make it a holistic experience for everyone. Because, guys, whether or not we like it, we are already in that era today. It is working. As an end user today, we are using a lot of products which has this engine running, of course, developed by someone else, another company. And what we are tasked to do today at our jobs is to ensure that we create something of this sort to move ahead. There's this famous quote, and it holds true. Technology has zero value for your enterprise. What you do with it is what is going to unlock what is supposed to be done. And let's face the fact, the stack that we're talking about or the technology that we're talking about today is something new, but that doesn't mean any of us have not dealt with technology in the past. We have had various stacks. There are waves of stacks which has come in. I mean, if you go to 2000s, we were dealing with something very different. Now we are in 2025, we're dealing with something very, very, very different. So guys, whether our enterprises are ready, I would take just 2 points over here. One is data readiness. We need not be a data-heavy organization. If you ask today, and in my experience, leading global teams in my yesteryears, I have seen that every individual who you ask will come and say, I have data. I have immense amount of data. What you do with it is your business case. It's your problem, basically. How ready is the data? What is the health of the data, et cetera, it needs to be checked. Another thing is resources, which is people and change. Today, the buzzword is AI is going to take over. Today, the buzzword is people in various countries are coming out for strike and telling, hey, you know what? My job is at stake. No, the change management is very, very, very essential. How you present the product is very important. The optics in the strategy is very important for any change management to move ahead. Use cases are very important. 4 or 5 months back, I had my team coming and presenting me 72 use cases which could change the world. We figured out that we can only work on 2 use cases. So it's very important for us to focus what are those use cases that me and my organization should focus on to give that value which we are looking at to make us that competitive leader in the market. And a playbook, all of us should have a playbook for ourselves. Basic guidelines over here, having a strategy, a vision, a sense of opportunity where you can pick up what you can pick up, how you can pick up and take it forward. Governance and platform. My time is up. I want to end this by saying one thing. We, as leaders in this room and a lot outside, are building tomorrow's technology today. We are getting a product out thinking that it is going to work tomorrow and for years to come. So we need to have that vision to put to ensure that this product, which is going to work tomorrow, coming out of our teams today, is scalable, sustainable, and it is holistic. So the holy triangle people process system, we all have that with us. But these are just pieces of the puzzle. I feel personally, and it's just my opinion, that agentic AI is actually that magnet which is going to bring all these pieces together and take it forward. Because 10 years from today, the buzzword might change, but the essence of every organization and Homo sapiens will remain the same. We have to be numero uno, and we have to focus on zero, from the darker side to the lighter side. Thank you for this opportunity. You guys have a good evening.
Thank you so much.